Good afternoon, students. Now we will start with another miscellaneous group of compound that are expectorants. I am Deepali Kulkarni, Assistant Professor, Yash Institute of Pharmacy, Aurangabad. Expectorants are covered among the miscellaneous compound which are belonging to Unit 4 of Pharmaceutical Inorganic Chemistry syllabus. The introductory picture of this slide covers a diagram of respiratory tract and ciliary movement of tissues. So, symptoms of respiratory diseases. Respiratory diseases are commonly given sputum or cough. Sputum, it gives up when normal mucociliary clearance mechanism are overloaded by excessive mucus production. Mucus are the thin lining of secretion which are normally present in the respiratory tract as a mechanism of prevention. Cough, it is a part of natural defense mechanism for clearing the air passage of foreign material and excess mucus. Breathlessness, it is an unpleasant awareness about the sensation of breathing. Wheeze or wheezing, when intrathoracic airways are narrowed, further reduction in airway caliber during expiration result in airway closures. So, normal airway and narrowed airway both are shown in the diagram. Chest pain due to infection or inflammation or malignant involvement of the partial pleura is responsible for chest pain. Expectorants. Expectorants are the drugs which are used orally to stimulate flow of respiratory tract secretion. By using this ciliary motion, could throw mucus towards pharynx easily, or in other words, increase the ciliary motion. So, expectorants are the preparation which are responsible to increase ciliary motion. Expectorants are used in respiratory disorders in which respiratory secretions are infected, viscid, that is thick, or excess. There are three different situations where the respiratory secretions are infected, where respiratory secretions are thick, or where the respiratory secretions are in excess amount. So, there are two preparations which are shown in the slide, which is one of which is Benadryl and another is Ascoril. These are expectorant. Another preparation of Ascoril is named as Ascoril D, which is eventually used for dry cough. So, cough, again it is of two types. One is wet cough, another is dry cough. Wet cough, where sputum is expected to throw out of the body through mouth, and dry cough, where there is dried cough which is deposited at the bottom of lungs and body tried to remove it from its place. So, categories: drug for cough. So, expectorants are the drugs which are used to relieve cough. Directly acting expectorants. These expectorants act directly on bronchial secretory cells, that is mucokinetic effect. Example, terpene hydrate, sodium or potassium citrate and sodium or potassium acetate, potassium iodide, Wasaka, guaifenesin, etc. Reflux acting expectorants. These expectorants act by irritating gastric mucosa and then stimulate respiratory tract secretion. This is also mucokinetics. Example, ammonium chloride or ammonium carbonate and potassium iodide. Others like iodinated glycerin. So mucolytes, these are bromhexine, amroxol, acetylcysteine and carbocysteine. Antitussive, these are the agents which act by suppressing cough centers centrally. And antitussive are classified as opioids, non-opioids, antihistaminic, etc. Opioids are codeine and morphine. Non-opioids are dextromethorphan and noscapine. Antihistaminics act on histamine receptor. Example, chlorpheniramine, diphenhydramine and promethazine. Demulcent, pharyngeal demulcent like lozenges, glycerin, linctus containing syrups. Ammonium chloride, molecular formula is NH4Cl, molecular weight 53.49 gram. Properties, it is colorless crystals or crystalline powder, having cool and saline taste, hygroscopic in nature, that is having tendency to absorb moisture, freely soluble in water, and it is also freely soluble in glycerin, sparingly soluble in alcohol, and it is also known as ammonium muriate. So ammonium muriate is synonym of ammonium chloride and can be asked as multiple choice question. Preparation. Ammonium chloride can be prepared by neutralization reaction, evaporation to dryness and purification by recrystallization. Assay. Weighed a given specific quantity, dissolve it in water. There is and HCHO solution is added. HCHO is formaldehyde solution and titrate with 0.1 normal sodium hydroxide using phenolphthalein as an indicator. Each ml of 0.1 normal NaOH solution is equivalent to 0.005349 gram of ammonium chloride. Dose of ammonium chloride is 4 to 12 gram daily orally. Uses. Ammonium chloride is used as a mild diuretic. It is also used as an expectorant, a weight reducing agent and urine acidifying agent. Ammonium chloride is used in combination to control a cough associated with a cold or other respiratory illness and dietary supplements. In the diagram, we are showing Becadryl syrup which contains diphenylhydramine hydrochloride and ammonium chloride along with sodium citrate. This is a syrup formulation. Another agent is potassium iodide. Molecular formula Ki and molecular weight is 166 gram. Description: it occurs as a colorless crystal or white granular powder. It has a saline taste but slightly bitter. It is soluble in water, also soluble in alcohol and glycerin. Potassium iodide solution contains 10% of potassium iodide with 0.05% of sodium thiosulfate to reduce free iodine, which is yellow in color, which can form after storage. The aqueous solution of potassium iodide dissolves iodine by forming a dark brown solution of potassium triiodide is formed, which is given in the reaction below as Ki plus iodine. There is formation of Ki3. Assay: potassium iodide is assayed by iodometric method. Weighed compound is dissolved in water and concentrated HCl chloroform is added. Titrate with 0.05 molar potassium iodate until color of chloroform layer iodine disappears. At this stage, add starch solution as an indicator and titrate slowly to get a colorless solution. Test for iodate. It depends on liberation of iodine on acidification. Being a strong oxidizing agent, potassium iodate, that is KiO3, liberates chloride from concentrated HCl. Solution turns brown. Addition of further iodate fades the solution. Iodine is converted into pale colored iodine monochloride. So I2 plus Cl2 iodine plus chlorine gives 2 molecules of iodochloride or iodine monochloride. Uses: it is used as expectorant. Potassium iodide is also used as source of iodine. Thank you.